Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Jessie Tries It. Today I'm very excited because we're going to be making a German chocolate cake today. And no, this is not a cake from Germany. This cake is called German chocolate cake because it was invented by Sam German. The first step you're going to want to take is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. For our next step, we're going to want to cut out parchment paper to the exact circular shape of whatever baking pans you're going to be using. And unfortunately my cooking pans are not the same size, but we will make this work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my parchment paper, and if you hear chitter chatter, that's my daughter Chloe. I'm going to trace this out, and then we're just going to take a pencil if you have one on hand and then cut it out to the shape. Now let's see if it fits. Yes, that will do nicely. Alright, now we're going to spray the pan. Oops, it's not even open yet. There we go. You'll need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You'll need 2 cups of granulated sugar. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Hello. Hi. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. And that is it. That is all of your dry ingredients. And chop up some baker's chocolate. And this is the kind that I'm using. Today I'm just going to be using plain milk. It's 2%. So I'm going to pour in about 1/2 cup into my mixture. Of water. Vegetable oil. Large eggs, Now we're going to mix this until just combined. Mixture should look something like this, and don't worry if it looks watery, it's supposed to be like that. Now, I'm just going to take my spatula real quick and make sure that there's no hidden surprises at the bottom of this bowl. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and fill my baking pans. And since my pans are not the same size, I'm just going to eyeball it. But if you have two pans that are the same size, it would be wise to use a scale to measure just the weight to make sure you're getting everything even. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, so I have now pulled out my cakes. This one had to cook a little bit longer because it was thicker. So instead of 35 minutes, it was around 45-ish. But I constantly pulled it out and checked it with the toothpick. And you know that the cake is cooked through when the toothpick comes up clean. So now comes the hard part. And that is taking the cake out of the mold. There we go. Okay, now we are going to make that coconut pecan frosting for the cake. And we're going to start by heating up some butter, about 1 cup. Mine's already softened to room temperature, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to be melting it in a pan anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to be melting 1/2 cup of butter. And mine is salted, so if you have unsalted, you should add a little bit, just a pinch of salt. Okay, now that my butter is pretty much all melted, I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And now I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. And now I'm going to stir to combine this. And notice I don't have the heat on too high. You want it on medium because you don't want things to burn. So things are starting to look a little caramely. Very, very nice. And now we will add 12 fluid ounces of evaporated milk, a whole can. I'm going to stir this all in. I'm going to add 3 egg yolks. Again, if you do the egg yolk part correctly, you should have a really nice frosting consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my coconut shreds. So about a cup. And I believe these are unsweetened because there's a lot of sugar in here. And mine are shredded as well. And to add my chopped pecans. Okay, so now that everything is cooling down, we're gonna go ahead and make our chocolate frosting. We're gonna put 2 cups of unsweetened room temperature butter into our bowl. Make sure it's nice and soft. Mine is unsalted, but if yours is, just don't add any extra salt. Now I'm gonna take this butter and I'm gonna cream it up really nice with my mixer. Now that that's all creamed up, I'm gonna go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. I'm going to add a small pinch of salt since my butter doesn't have any salt in it. Some vanilla extract, about 1 teaspoon. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of cream to my frosting. Just a pinch. There we go. All right, now I'm going to start adding 3 cups worth of powdered sugar. And I'm going to start with about 2 to 1.5 cups just to see how it's going. And I'm going to mix it in little by little. So about a cup here. Okay. About 2 cups. Another cup. So you guys, actually, about 2 cups of powdered sugar is perfect. Don't put in any more unless you want it to be thicker than this. But it tastes amazing and the consistency is perfect for spreading. All right, now we can assemble our German chocolate cake. Take the bigger part first. It'll be our base. All right, not too much damage. Video would not be complete without a taste test first.